Do you always do a countdown? No. Okay. Well, welcome back, Double Teamed fam. How are we doing on this fine? You're listening to this on Thursday. Fine Thursday. Okay, I'm fangirling a little bit because we have a guest that Niki and I both absolutely adore, Alexis Fawx. Hi. How are you?
You may recognize her from, well, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I know. You're everywhere.
Yeah, you're everywhere.
You really are.
In the adult space.
You're like an icon.
Yes.
Oh my God, ladies.
Yeah, no, but it's true. It's true. Like, everyone knows your name.
Oh,
Do you
thank
ever Google yourself?
I have actually, because it's funny. Sometimes like me and my friends will like Google, and it's just funny when it comes up. Like there's a couple really good YouTube channels out there that have the funniest like, oh my gosh, like my net worth was like, I don't know, 9 billion. I drive like an Audi A9. It was just crazy the things that they were making up, and it's just it's funny. It's funny.
I actually would be curious to see which like one of your like videos would come up first.
I'll tell you, a lot of people recognize me, and I was like from the under the table where I'm wearing a yellow dress. That scene comes up a lot because I'm always stuck in something, or I'm stuck in a dryer or a washer.
Wait, what?
Or
I know which one you're talking about with the yellow dress. But actually, okay, for me, how I discovered you, you did a what do you call them? Scenes, movies, scenes. Okay, with Brandy Love.
Nice.
It was the two of you, and you had like, you were in like kind of like work outfits, and you had come together, and you guys were doing stuff. And I just remember like that was the first time that I'd ever, or it was one of the very first female lesbian porno I saw was with Madison Ivy and Nicole Aniston, and the second one was you and Brandy.
Oh wow!
And I was like, oh, and I fell in love, and so I've been a big fan ever since.
Oh my God, that is so awesome! I think I had like blondish hair probably in that scene, and I might have been wearing my lingerie was like probably, I want to say it was like a pink and bluish Agent Provocateur set.
I'll have to go back. I mean,
do you remember all of your?
Do you remember
sometimes,
really?
Yes, it's wild. It depends on like who I've had scenes with, and I kind of remember like all of Brandy Love's scenes with me because it's like being friends and stuff. Or like Cherie, same thing. Or it's funny like guys will send me their pictures to sign an autograph in the mail all the time, and like if there's a dick involved, I'll be like, oh, that's Xander, or oh, that's this person.
Oh, so
by their dick.
Oh my!
I didn't even meet their face.
Yeah,
sometimes I'll make like
I recognize that penis. Yeah.
So, if you send me photos, I'll be like drawing photos with like the dick, like a little like eyes, and like the dick and nose.
People you sign. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Shit, I should have brought something to sign.
Oh my gosh, I thought about it. Stuff. I'll send you guys. I'm gonna send you guys a nice care package.
I actually thought about it. I was like, is that gonna be so corny if I ask her for an autograph?
No.
We never grew up in LA, but we've been here enough years where we're like, if we see, someone that we really like, that's, celebrity, whatever, we're like, don't approach them.
Yeah, that's like the thing in LA. It's like you're supposed to like leave them be.
That's must be why everybody always asks me. That's one of the questions I get asked a lot because I'll do a lot of questions on my Instagram and stuff like that. Like, hey, ask me anything. And are you approachable? And I'm like, yeah, you can approach me anytime. Just be respectful. Like, I don't care. Like, you taking a picture of me and getting excited. It's part of my excitement. And it always feels like the brand, like the first time, every time. Like, I'm still like, wow, you know who I am? Like, this is so cool. And it doesn't matter where I'm at. Usually it's in the airport. I usually look like I'm probably homeless walking around the airport. Because, it's either a real early morning flight or a really late flight. And I'm just like, let me get through it. And then I always get that person who's like, can I get a picture? And I'm like, sure. So I always wonder what I look like in their photos afterwards. And they're like, is this the same girl I jerk off to? What the fuck would happen to her that day? But they're always so like the people that come up are always super awesome and grateful. And it's always like, I love it. So you can always approach me.
I love that. The few times we've been recognized, like through the pod, I think one time, when was it? It was at an airport. Like we were walking
7 a.m. Yeah,
we were walking up to our gate. I had my hair in a bun. I was just like, God damn, I'm never booking a flight this early again.
Where's my coffee?
Yeah, exactly. And this girl like looks at me. She goes like this, and I was like, and she goes, double teamed. And I was like, oh yeah. was like, I was like, what's wrong with my face? Like that one moment, I was like, I don't know what to do.
And then you're worried about being nice because you're like, I hope, like you're the same in person as like they think that you are, like, or wherever,
Yeah,
you like
yeah.
want to be like as like fun and whatever. And you're like, oh shit. I feel like that anxiety definitely would come up for sure.
Yeah, it comes up a little bit. I think it just eases with time, because I think what I've done I've been in the industry for now 13 years. And I think what I've just started from the very beginning is I got them really used to me being me. So like seeing me with no makeup on. Sorry to just bang the mic. Sorry about that.
You can move it.
Yeah, you can move your
Yeah, I just got them really used to me being me. So it doesn't like bother me at all. It doesn't make me very nervous. And it's actually really like complimentary whenever they recognize me without all the makeup on.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. It's like, oh, wow. Okay. So you've gotten to know me over the years. This is awesome.
I love that. So 13 years. I actually read when your assistant, when she sent over kind of like your bio.
My PR.
Yeah, that you
Laundry
used
list
to
of
be
shit.
like in the Air Force. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what she was. I'm like assistant. Okay. When I read that, I was like, wow, Air Force to adult industry. Like, what did that?
Where did that
path
all go?
look like? Yeah, how did that come to be?
Yeah, well, I wanted to get out of my small town, so I joined the Air Force. I was like, okay, what can I do to get out of this small town? It wasn't for me. And that was like the easiest route out was to join the Air Force and get some college money and just get exposure of not living at home kind of thing. You're young, you're 18, you wanted to get out. I wanted to get out there. So I did that. I went through the Air Force, did really well in that, went to college while I was in, got my degree and graduated. And I flipped a coin between Phoenix, Arizona and Miami. Miami won. Yeah, I was on the phone with my mom. Tails hit it. I was like, okay, let's go to Miami. So I packed up all my shit and sold stuff and moved my ass down to Miami. And I did that whole thing where I was like, I got to get the corporate job and I got to do this. And I realized that I was just really unhappy doing like this, cubicle 9 to 5. It didn't really matter. I was just didn't like it. And I started leading like not the healthiest lifestyle. You go to happy hour that ends on Sunday.
Yeah.
Happy hour on Thursday night ends on Sunday. You're just like, what am I doing? And that's kind of like what I did. I was like, I kind of woke up to it. Like, what am I doing with my life? I really want to change this around because I want to see more of life. This is not living.
Yeah.
So I hold off and quit everything. And, living in Miami, you definitely have to get a job after a while.
Yeah.
So I actually answered a Craigslist ad back in the day when Craigslist.
Yeah.
Hey, that was the OG.
Yeah. Back in the day, you could answer those ads and show up. I don't know if that's even still around, but
that's good.
yeah. So I went to I saw this Craigslist ad to be an extra for Dancing Bear, and I've been a porn watcher for a long time. I'm very free spirit. I've always liked fucking dick and pussy. I'm like, give it all to me. And I was like, oh, live sex. Oh, fuck yeah, I want to go check this out. And I get paid to go be there and clap. Okay, cool. So I went and I went by myself and I showed up and I had the big tits. I was skinny and they're like, you. Let's, I was like, hey, here I am. And they went through a whole laundry list of things that you could do to make more money while you're there. So it was like you get paid X amount if you just showed up and clapped and was like cheering on the girls that were doing whatever the acts that were going to go on. Or like you made more money if you showed your tits. And that day they're just going to blowjob. And I know I've given several blowjobs in my life. So, and I've been told I was pretty good. So I was just without even thinking. And I got picked. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm giving a blowjob today on camera. This is fucking cool. And I got my hair and makeup done. I felt beautiful. And lo and behold, the dancing bear came in front of me, big dancing mask on. And the girl I wish I could stayed in contact with her. She was so fun. And she really helped me just like even get through it. I wasn't nervous at all, but I just remembered every blowjob scene I could think of that I ever watched, more sloppy, gag, do all the tricks.
Make all the noises.
Do all the things. And I was like, and I also, my thoughts were like, don't take as long as the girl before you. Just blow him as quickly as possible and make him come. So that was my only goal. Went in, got it done. And the next thing I knew, I was booked for my first boy girl the very next day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it happened very quickly for me.
Or what's your sign? Because that gives Aries. The way you were just like, I'll do it. Do you know
I'm June 23rd, so I'm Cancer, but I'm
Cancer.
fall in like the Gemini Cancer.
Yeah, I was gonna
cusp.
say that's right
Yeah.
on the cusp.
Yeah.
She's
Oh, I
gotta
like
be an
that.
Aries rising. I guarantee.
Maybe.
I think I have a lot of Aries actually in it.
I'll have to look. I
Yeah, we can,
study
if
astrology.
you do,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I'll totally
I study it, and I read
We
charts
can
all
do
the
your
time.
chart
Oh
right
my God, let's
Do you know what
it.
time you were born?
Yeah.
I can bleep it out too if you don't want that like personal
I can
info.
totally. I don't.
Wait, let's do it.
See,
I love
I'm-
that story though because you're just you were like just volunteering.
Yeah,
Not a
just
lot of
do
people
it.
would do that.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
just did it, and I went down there by myself. Like I made those conscious decisions by myself. I wasn't, dragging friends along or relying on their input or anything. I just
And this was
did
like
it.
what you said, late teens, early 20s.
No, I was actually in my 30s at that time.
At this point, okay,
Yeah, because I was like Air Force, and I
Okay, so this
worked
was
out.
after your career. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, birthday June 23rd,
Yeah,
year,
1975
and then time.
I need to know
PM
your
or AM?
PM.
I need to know your skin routine.
Yes,
Oh, thanks.
Like,
And then where were you
just
born?
you're gorgeous. I'm like, how do I do it? Niki's husband was Air Force. My ex-fiance was also Air Force. That's why the Air Force bit were like, we know that world.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
And
we got out.
Same because we were. So my ex-husband was in Wichita.
Oh, okay.
And so was her fiance, and we hated Wichita.
Yeah, I
and
can't
we
imagine.
had corporate jobs there and everything. And then when my job offered me a position out here in California, I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah.
I was like, "I want to get out of Wichita."
Yeah,
and then on top,
anything.
and then on
Yeah.
top of that, I mean, Los Angeles, like
Yeah.
who
The
wouldn't want
opportunities
to?
are endless.
Exactly. And ever since we moved out here, I feel like we just absolutely flourished. So
That's the great thing about change.
oh yeah, you have a lot of Aries.
Oh, really?
Okay. I knew
wow.
it. Okay, let me see. So you
this.
are a Cancer sun, so first degree. Capricorn moon. Love that. That's where your hustle comes from too. Because
Yes.
Capricorn moons will turn whatever like their passions into something that's like money making.
Oh, yeah.
1,000%. But
definitely done that.
Aries, Mars, Jupiter, and Chiron.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all in the 7th house.
Oh, that's really nice. Okay.
I know. So
you're not an astrology girly? Okay, we
No,
got you.
I love it. I just don't know what it
no,
all
but
means.
we study it really in depth. Okay, so in astrology, you have like all your planets and all your placements. So then there's your sun, moon, Mars, Venus, Mercury, rising. Your rising is like basically the sign that was like on the horizon when you were being born. And so you're a Libra rising. So, which love that. By the way, we just had a Mercury or Venus retrograde. I wonder how that went for you. But anyways, Libra risings, they tend to be very beautiful. They're seen as very like charming and charismatic.
Yeah.
And usually it is like just very like fun, nice people to be around. Like everyone loves Libras, I think. We're Libras. But we're
that.
Libras with Aries rising. So we're the opposite.
Remind me. I'll just show you the calendar I did.
Oh.
It's all zodiac based.
Love that.
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
I would
afterwards.
love that personally.
Yeah.
Yes. And so then that means your descendant, which is the opposite of the ascendant, is in Aries. And then you have Mars in Aries, which Mars is like your passion, your drive. So that's definitely what gives you the, just hand right in the air. Yeah.
Let's go.
And then Chiron in Aries conjunct your Mars. So like I would look at that and think that like your career probably brought you a lot of healing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it helped you kind of really heal whatever wounds probably in relation to like relationships. It trines your 11th house, so friendships, and then also your 3rd house, so like your sense of community. And then Jupiter and Aries next to your Mars, they're all conjunct, meaning they're all within 10 degrees of each other. That means that like it expanded you. So like it expanded your world, expanded your passion. So like once you tapped into that, like it's no wonder you've been as successful as you are. So,
Oh wow,
yeah.
that is really cool.
I'll do more of a deep dive later. We can do it off the air, but because I
Yeah,
know
that is
our
really
listeners will be
cool.
like, another astrology.
Don't worry, we'll get to the
They're like,
dick
we
and
want
pussy.
to hear, they want to hear about the porn, not astrology. Anyways, but
I
yeah.
just want to know how
So
many dicks she puts in her ass.
wait,
Have you done
put-
more than one?
I only do one.
I was gonna ask, is DA a thing? Like,
I feel like I put more in my vag than my butt right now.
definitely, yeah.
You've done DV.
Tried it unsuccessfully. Double
badge.
Yeah, double badge.
Nice.
Yeah.
You gotta be really super relaxed. Gotta open that up.
I didn't know what they were trying to do back there. And I was like, what
They
do y'all
probably
do?
didn't
I
either
was
at that
like, what
time.
do
If
y'all
that's
do?
the
And then they're
case.
like, we're trying to put us both in. And I was like, okay. And I was just like laying there. And they were, after a while, they were like, it's not working. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, I think they got like maybe 2 inches of each of their dicks in, and then it just couldn't. But anyways.
It's not an easy position.
Yeah, it's not. You mentioned earlier that you're an avid porn watcher. So what was your relationship to porn prior to like entering the industry?
I was always like very curious, you know, just very free spirit, loving sex, loving it all, like, and just always like kind of searching out like the Playboy and trying to find out like just looking through all kinds of different things. And my very first porn was a long time ago. I think it was like a VHS tape.
Love that. Love that.
And I like, you know, I was like alone and I rooted through, I think my uncle's shit or something like that, of course, because I was that rebel of a kid. And
Wait, how old were you?
I was a teenager.
Okay,
I was like you're discovering your body and stuff like that. You're like, hey, what is this going on?
I feel like everyone watches porn at the first time for different ages, so I always like to ask.
Yeah, I don't remember my exact age, but I was definitely like old enough to like, okay, these are boobs are coming in. So if I do this happens. You know, like,
what are these?
What is happening here? You know, because I still grew up like, I don't know if like it's more free, but like, you know, growing up in my household, I wasn't like going up to my mom and be like, hey mom, what does my what does this do?
Yeah.
How do I masturbate? My mom would have been like,
yeah.
go to your room. You know,
Same
back
for
in the
us.
day.
Yeah.
It's weird. I really wish like, because there's a great like educational adult parenting way that you can speak to your children or, you know, adolescents, you know, teenagers when they're growing up and teach them proper. So they're not looking at porn for education, that they know that that's adult entertainment. And this is, you know, real life stuff over here. So anyway, I was searching through a VHS tape and it was Amber and Ginger Lynn with this guy. And they had anal beads in it. I was so fascinated, and they looked like they were just fucking getting off and orgasming from these anal beads and all this shit. And I was like, oh my God, like, what is this? I didn't even know what I was watching. I think I was watching more with my mouth open going, and I was like I wasn't jerking off. I was just like, wow, this is what they don't want me to see. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Anal beads.
Like, so that was my first exposure. Years down a year or so down the road, when I moved out of my parents' house for the very first time. I had my own apartment, and me and my best friend Sarah, we found this sex shop that I grew up in a really small town. It was like very Christianville or something like that. So you had to travel a little bit to find the sex shop. So anyway, all of a sudden I saw these anal beads. And I remembered from the very first porn I ever saw.
Time to put it in.
So I was like, oh, anal beads. Now, mind you, I didn't see any lube coming out in the videos because, you know, that's movie magic. Now I know better.
Yeah.
Now I know better. I didn't see any of that. So I picked up this like dildo with a strap. Lo and behold, I didn't realize it was a strap on. I just thought it was a handle for the fucking dildo.
Oh, what?
Oh my! And I picked up the anal beads. No fucking lube. I go back to my apartment and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna have a sexy night. I tried to stick those anal beads on my asshole
Without
lube.
without
No.
lube. And I was like,
It's probably like trying to put a
how did
tampon
this go
up.
so easily in? Because you know, in the video, it looks. You don't realize that there's been lube.
I don't think I ever used lube when I was younger. That makes total sense. Oh,
Well, but also
I was trying to get
painful.
more spit, and I was like, "This is not working." And then like you get one or two in.
This ain't it.
And I was like, "I gotta pull this out now. What if the string breaks?" And then like,
oh no, did the string break?
no, it didn't.
Okay, thank God.
But it was so painful. I was like, I don't know how they did that. And so for the rest of my life, until I got into porn, I had no clue. I was like, I guess they're just really loose. I don't know how it works.
I one time put a butt plug in without lube, and I seriously regretted it. I was like, I can't believe I just did that.
I used lube, but I lost anal beads in my ass once.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
during a
man.
threesome.
Oh, shit.
It was not ideal.
No, that was not an idea. That would stop a lot of stuff.
Well, I just
Hold on. Can we check underneath the pillows?
We turned up the entire room because we were literally in the middle of this threesome.
Put an air tag on them next time.
It says they're right here.
Pretty sure they're...
Press the button so it makes a sound.
Too bad they don't buzz.
That's what, you know what? If Apple made AirTag butt plugs and shit,
That would be
Oh my God. Why?
Apple,
I would honestly-
contact us. We
Yeah.
have ideas. We have ideas.
I actually think that's a really
We need to get
smart.
these ladies sponsored, and we need fucking AirTag butt plugs.
Please.
Do we know anyone from Apple? Like, wait a minute.
Who do we
But
know?
I had to literally.
Oh my
I
God.
was like, I just remember the wife because there was a husband-wife pair, and
Oh,
I just remember
nice.
the wife was like, I didn't know you took them out, and I was like, I didn't. And she was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know." So we like literally stopped the threesome. Her husband pulled out of me. We like turned up the entire room, and he even like put his finger up there, which makes me, reminds me about the fisting thing, which I have questions. Anyways,
Yes,
couldn't find it.
That's gonna be my
And
next
then-
question.
And then afterwards, I was like, you know what? Excuse me for a moment. And I just went to the bathroom and just pushed just until finally I was like, there they are.
Oh my God.
Imagine though if they had beeped and you're just like,
Right there they are.
That
You would
would've
never
been
lose
so-
them again.
yeah.
That's a
Then,
great idea.
You hear a little beep in your tummy, just beep, beep.
Put a little vibrator. Make it exciting.
Exactly.
I do like the vibrators that what is it? No, the butt plugs that vibrate. Those I like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is a lot. In fact, I'm doing anal on Monday, an anal cream pie. I'm pretty excited. Actually, they're
Love
my
that.
favorite type of cream pie is anal.
Really?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, there's just something I just let it drip
Why
out.
does
I
it-
fucking
No, see, I love cream pies in the vagina.
I like them too, but I don't get pregnant.
That's true.
No, I just really do like anal cream pies for some reason. it's hot and
But
sexy
actually,
to
I mean,
me.
I have a plethora of questions about like what it's done for your sexual exploration because I feel like, at least for me, the times that I've gone through like my, for example, when my husband and I opened up and I got on the dating apps, for example, blah blah blah. It's like I explored so much and it was like so fun and thrilling and like I learned so much about my body. It's like I would love to hear more about that. It's like what did from the anal beads, to when you actually started using
I
lube.
graduated from the anal beads. I realized
From
that there's
anal
a
beads
lot
to
of lube.
And lube.
In fact, I have an anal squirter. I squirt that up my ass before anal scenes.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I have it in my car.
Oh,
I can show you. Yeah, I have this great little you basically suck up the lube, and what I do for a little bit more relaxation is I'll take a tincture of CBD, so I'm not getting high, but I'll put like a little CBD just to that's going to help with any inflammation, any tears, or anything like that because it's anal, and on camera it's a little bit crazier anal and for a longer period of time I think than maybe what you do in your personal life or maybe not. I don't know.
yeah. That's
But
true.
it's all different. But so I put a little bit of that. I squeeze it up, push it up into my ass. That's going to also hydrate the area. And because our asses are not naturally lubricant, this makes the sex part a lot easier. And especially like toys. Like a real dick in the ass feels so much better than a fucking toy.
Agreed.
Toys feel weird. I don't care how good the material is or what you want to sell me on it. Yeah, it's silky feeling if it's in my pussy, but once it goes into a dry asshole, it's like
Yeah.
you feel the skin pulling back. It's
Yeah.
like if I pull this out, is my insides gonna stay in? Like what's
Yeah.
gonna happen?
Yeah.
So it really kind of helps out. That lubrication really kind of helps out. It's not, the more you squeeze up there, more is going to come out. And depending on how crazy you want to get, you can do tricks. But
I love it. Hydrate the asshole.
Hydrate the
Hydrate the asshole.
Hydrate the asshole.
I have used. There's one of our sponsors has a CBD lube.
Nice,
and
yeah.
that's what I've used for anal, and it is a game changer.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is. I used to actually also make these little capsules because, veggie capsules will melt with your body temperature. And sometimes if I have a little time to wait, I will make a little lube capsule with my CBD in it, shove it up there, 2 capsules up. It's not a large amount because I'm not trying to be tired or incapacitated or not right in a state of mind, but, just to relax and also relax my jaw. And I just enjoy it. And also what helps me get ready for anal is my preparation. So in preparation of it, I always try to have an orgasm with a toy in my ass. Because what I'm training is that behavioral. It's like, oh, this feels good and it's going to give me an orgasm. So when I start having my asshole being played with, and then I get the tingly feeling and I'm like, I'll just rub
That's
my clit.
smart.
And as the dick enters, I'm fucking, then I'm like, oh, this feels good. I felt this before, and your body gets used to it.
I
Or
like
your body,
that.
you're training your whole mindset and your body and your physically to all
Yes.
kind of go together.
I feel like
that's like actually a really smart way of training your body. Or
I
getting
like
it
the
committed.
capsule idea too. I feel like when
And if you need time to like prepare for it, that capsule, then you're like, I'm going to let this melt. Just make sure you get clear capsules and not green because the green might melt out. Lesson learned on that one, folks. Pull it out. Why is there green shit on my dick?
I could see
Oh,
that.
that's just the capsule. Let me lick it. Oh, it's fine. That's just
it's veggie.
It's
green apple. It's for vegan. I don't know.
vegan. Yeah.
Green apple.
love
yeah.
that.
Didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
but
no,
like,
you're good. I just I waited 9 years to have anal again. So like I feel like my prep work is just breath work, and I'm like, wait, there's other things I could be doing. I do like to do anal with a vibrator on my clit. That feels really nice.
Yeah.
Wait, but the jaw thing.
Oh yeah. So yeah, some of the best advice because I like when I started doing anal, like I wasn't in a relationship that was doing anal on a regular basis. So I was like, what do I need to do to prep my body and relax my mind, and really have a good time? Because be on camera, it's a lot of pressure, and I guess I still get nervous on my scenes.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
I would make sure my body works.
Yeah, I imagine there's
Make sure everything works the way it's supposed to work, and that I can get into positions that they want me to get into and stuff like that. So all that matters to me. And so I was asking anybody that was really good at their craft, and Angela White being one of them. I asked her, and she was like, "Relax your jaw." Because you're all like interconnected. So if you're tensing up at your jaw, more than likely your asshole's going to be tense. And I was like, oh my God, that makes total sense. I was a massage therapist before, and just knowing that we're all connected with fascia and we're all like whatever, that makes total sense.
I love
So
that.
don't clench your jaw.
I'm
Make
gonna try
yourself
that next
orgasm
time.
with a toy in there. Stick some capsules in there. Lube your asshole.
I'm always clenching. Thank you. I'm always
I'll hold your
clenching my
hand
jaw.
during it
so
if
it's
you
like-
want.
Do I just have a
I'm
dream
here
come
with you.
true?
We can breathe together.
That would be a dream come true. Literally for me, I'd be like, yes.
I'm like, oh my God, don't tempt me with a good time.
Wait, you brought up something that I had a question. Before you started doing porn, did you ever have sex with women before then?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've always been bisexual.
Yeah, I've always been like, I hate putting terminology or titles
That's
on
fine,
things.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, technically, probably, I like to fuck. I'm like not,
Love that.
whether it's, it could be a trans woman, it could be a woman, it could be a man, it could be whatever. Like, I'm just really open. And if I find, I find really attractive is not really just the outer shell of somebody. It's really what they carry with
The
them.
energy, yeah.
Their energy,
love
they're
that.
charismatic. Can you make me laugh? Like,
Yes.
are you fun? Like, are we vibing? Because, there's a lot of pretty people out there that just really aren't going to do it for you.
Yeah.
So,
Because they just
you got to
think
go a
the
little
pretty's
deeper.
it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go a little deeper.
No, it's true.
No, but it's true. I think so much recently, when I was younger, I was like, oh, he has to be hot.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, no, he has to make me feel good. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care how tall you are, how pretty your face is. Like, do you make me feel good? And then I get happy.
I think it's super important. And like, are they a great communicator and comprehender? Like all that's going to make a woman, I think, feel, at least like, from my perspective, if you have a great communicator and comprehender and you're listening and there's this going on, it really kind of makes sex a lot better.
Yeah.
Like, you relax better. Your
Exciting.
pussy
I wish that's
opens
what men
up. You get all
realized
nice
about
and
sex.
swollen.
Yeah.
Just like,
I wish that's what men realized about sex is that the more you communicate and try to, really get to understand them, and that at least for me, it makes me feel more comfortable when a guy's like, how would you like to go about this? Da-da-da. I feel like a lot of times I'm usually the one trying to show, the ropes. And so I'm like, if there's ever an instance where someone takes that over, I'm like, phenomenal. I'm here for it, because otherwise that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, granted, I do like to, I remember, especially with any younger guys, I would love to show them the ropes, and I enjoyed that. But at the same time, I liked it when someone took care of me, and they made me feel welcomed in their energy, and kind of really treated the whole thing as a nice, safe space to build together. And then that made the sex 10 times better, if not 100-fold.
yeah.
So
I like that.
Okay, so lube capsules. I'm still making my mental list.
I love it. I can see
we
it
talk
cooking
about
over
anal
there.
all the time. So it's
You got your pen and pad out right now.
Well, I feel like a lot of people ask us questions about
that's actually the biggest.
There's a
question
lot
that
of
we get.
questions. I know, and how your clean out process is. I mean, at home, you're probably not doing the type of clean out process that we're doing on set, but there is a whole process that we do. We can, whether you have a shower hookup or you want to do the old school enema way or anything like that. But
Yep.
yeah.
Wait, go further into like, do you? Yeah, what is it?
Well, because they make those little bottles, right?
Yeah, that's the
that's what
enema
that is.
bottle.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I never use the actual solution in because that has like, that's a saline solution and I'm not trying to go all day. I'm just trying to, the dick's only going to go up so far. I haven't eaten actually the prep starts the night before. So for instance, I'm having anal sex on Monday morning. So I will stop eating probably, I have a fast metabolism, so I can eat until probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock will be my last time because I'm going to process that food. I'm going to get up, have 1 cup of coffee, make sure I have a bowel movement.
Yeah.
And then you start your clean out process. So, because you're only going to need to clean out like so far unless you have issues and you need to go further. And then if you have to go further, I would suggest getting the shower connection. You can connect it to your shower. It's like getting a quick little colonic.
They make those?
Yeah. I have one at my house. You gotta come over.
I really do.
Yeah.
We're gonna go hiking.
We're gonna
Clean our assholes and then we're gonna go hiking.
Yes, I love
Yes.
it. Yes.
Okay, this is actually like I mean it. I would totally go.
I'm like so excited. Come on over.
No, it's true. This makes me miss anal. Honestly, like it's been such a long time. I know what you're gonna say. I have the full control to enter back when I want to. But yes, it does. But wait, I want to get into some of the other tips and tricks that you talked about. Because one that you mentioned was fisting, which could go vaginal or wait, have you fisted butts? Like
Yeah,
You
I'll
can
show
do both.
Yeah.
What does
Okay.
it feel like?
what does it feel like?
So when you're fisting the asshole, you're going to go through the first sphincter, which is actually quite hard. It's you've got to push a lot of pressure, and then once you get in there, it's like a little pocket, and you can kind of move around a little bit. Depending on like obviously your partner, you want to listen to he or she or whomever it is that you're fisting their butt. Make sure they like it.
Have you fisted men?
Yeah. That's probably what I fisted more is men than
I was gonna
ladies.
ask.
Do you just like go around? Do you make like little shapes? Like,
Sometimes I'll play around. Yeah, I told Marcelo. I'll show you. Marcelo, he's great, and he loves it in the ass. And I was like, when I move my hand, talk like a puppet.
I love that. I'd be like, move your left arm.
That was the scene that we were doing. Like it's
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do some femdom. I have a variety of fans. So I have fans that want to see me more in the submissive. I have fans that just want to see me more in the dominant.
Yeah.
And of all like,
I love
levels of it. I don't care. I'm like down for it. If it's making you feel good, it's kind of like, I guess that's my kink. It's like, oh, I'm making this person get off and they're, it's like that. You're controlling their pleasure in a sense.
Yeah.
And that's really fucking hot to me. So I can get into pretty much almost any kink. And, there's some I'm like, no. But
yeah.
But do you feel
like
like a lot of it has like fueled what you've explored? It's like people are like, can you do this? And then you're like, oh, absolutely. You give it a try.
absolutely. So like even the fisting and like, you listen, everybody's butthole is different. And so you want to listen to like what they're comfortable with. They obviously don't go in like this. Yeah. Hey, we're just going to go in full hands.
One finger and then squeeze the other.
Just go in and they're gonna they'll breathe. Obviously, if they like it and they want you to fist them, they know what to do on their part. You just gotta listen to them. And like Marcelo was really great. Like when I worked with him, he was just like, okay, this is what my butthole's gonna feel like when you go through. Push it, and it was exactly what he said. So it's just like that. That's the big communication part between like when you have like a dom and submissive kind of role. Is there's a lot of communication is going on.
Yep.
And everything that I'm doing, like sometimes I get a little slack. Be like, I can't believe you're treating men like that. I'm like, you have to understand these men are asking for it. I'm not just driving around and be like, hey, I'm gonna fist you.
Yeah. It's like, get down there.
That's not for everybody.
Open up.
Yeah, that's not for everybody. I'm not gonna go walking around humiliating people left and right just because I get a kick from it. No, it's that person's kink that I'm accomplishing, and that's what I'm kind of here for. That's part of what I do is make these fantasies and these things. They make these fantasies kind of
come to life.
Like come to life in a sense. Hence why we do the customs and why we go live and why they're your fan to begin with. So to be able to do that is really, really cool. And to go from one extreme of fisting a man to like, making love, quote unquote, making love to a woman is the wide range that we can go.
I love this.
Yeah, and I'm happy to do it. I think sex and sexuality is so beautiful, and that's why I don't like to put the titles. Yeah. I think sometimes when people get like, oh, I'm this and I'm that, then they almost put themselves in this box of a definition and have like these really weird expectations because of what has been defined to them. Where if you just allow yourself to be open and be like, oh, I'm going to dabble over here and I kind of like that, or that person's attractive. Let's see where that goes. If you kind of just open that up, you can really open up your sexual experience 100%. And it's really beautiful.
I love that. I always see sex as an art, especially
is,
like the more I've gone to like sex parties and like just see it in front of me, like how people fuck each other.
Yeah.
It's so like pretty and beautiful.
Oh,
and it's
it's
just like,
gorgeous.
I love watching it. I'm like, oh my God,
I love watching a woman orgasm.
I love watching women squirt.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think it's so cool.
Come on over. Come on over.
Again, down, say less.
We'll have a squirting session. We'll have an anal session. And then we'll all go hiking. It'll be
I
fucking
can't
great.
squirt by myself. I've never really been able to do it, but I love watching other women do it because I think it's so beautiful, and I think it's so like fascinating to see what the human body can do. And I'm starting to realize that when you're talking about all of this, that I've only ever watched like your lesbian porn. And so I'm like, I really need to venture out.
We'll venture out.
Yeah, because
I
I
have
was
a big
like,
screen. We can put it on the TV.
let's do it 1,000%.
We'll have like a movie night.
But it was always Alexis Fawx lesbian. That was my search. Or I remember, it was either that or Madison Ivy lesbian. Like those were like my top ones.
Oh, I love it.
That was my favorite. But now I'm starting to think that like, okay, I need to venture
Well,
out.
the whole thing with squirting, first of all, don't discount yourself like, oh, I can't make myself squirt, because I couldn't actually make myself naturally squirt until later in my life, where I got more comfortable with how my pussy worked.
Yeah.
What we do on camera a lot of times, we're drinking Pedialyte. If you want me to squirt from here to that wall, I can. But that's not real squirt. That's Pedialyte more than likely. Because it tastes great. But because what is porn? It's fantasy, and it's extreme, and that's why you see the I remember Hard X with Luna Star. I remember the director Mason was like, squirt, 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 and I'm like, like it's not like, no, it squirts 100 times.
That pressure
like that. Like I'm going to drown myself by drinking all this water. But that, that's what the scene called for. So I'm happy that's what I got hired to do, and I'm happy to do it. But like learning how to make myself naturally, female ejaculator, whatever you want, whatever terminology you want to put to that, took time. And it's really like just getting super relaxed and finding that. And it's not like super hard or stroking it out. And I think that's where I get asked a lot by men, like, how can I get my girlfriend or wife to squirt and stuff? I'm like, first of all, she's not going to squirt unless you want pee.
Yeah.
If you want her to look like me in the films, it's probably going to be Peacer. If you want her to naturally ejaculate, first of all, find out what's going to relax her and get her super excited. Like, I know that I can get myself to squirt once I've got my pussy is super swollen, the water, like all the blood is like gone to that area. It's engorged. I'm just getting like, it's like fucking honey. Like, what is this sloppy, gooey stuff that's coming out of me? And I get like a puddle, and I can get that going. And it's like, again, it's not like you see on the camera. It's more like maybe a tablespoon or so, or like depending on how much you can get yourself going. But it takes time, so don't cut yourself out. And guys, don't give your women a lot of pressure. Like, the more pressure you put on her,
the less
it'll never happen.
Yeah,
exactly.
You just gotta let her actually come to that herself. Come to it herself. Yeah.
We always get guys that are like, how can I get my wife to do this? How can I? And usually you're in relation to like non-monogamy or something sexual. And a lot of times, like in our Q&As, that's the advice we'll give them. More like, you give her the environment that's going to make her feel comfortable enough to like relax into that if it's something that she wants to do. Right. Yeah. So it's like, but you have to. It's like you're not going to get them to do something. You just have to like give them the space, and if they want to, they'll come to it. And so
I'm just gonna throw this in. My partner at a sex party did a squirting demonstration with his wife, which was like a huge,
I wish I had seen
crowd
it.
pleaser because everyone wanted to see that. He also says hello. He wanted to see that. He was like, give her my number. I'm like, no. What?
I wish I had seen that scene though, because it sounded like it was dope.
That sounds really hot.
Yeah. I
love
guess
sex parties.
I actually never squirted. I feel like I have like this like small fear of like, I don't want to watch me squirt. Like I don't know what it is.
See, I'm down to watch it because I think that's my favorite part. It looks like literally, it can look like a fire hydrant, just like.
Well, and that's what I'm saying.
Cool.
I guess since I don't know what it would look like coming out of me, I get like scared of it. So, but I mean, I've seen other people squirt, like especially at parties. But my partner Cody is like really good at making women squirt. His wife, like,
Has he tried it with you?
That's amazing.
No. We haven't.
Because you don't want to do it.
Yeah, well, just I mean, yeah, that hasn't come up. But I mean, and he, his wife, like, always gives me like, just relax into it. It'll be really fun. Blah blah blah. And I'm always just like, blah, blah, blah. But maybe I should try it now.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm open to
relaxed. Also, my thing is this too. Wait till you're 100% ready too. And also, if you're curious about it, do some self-discovery on it.
Yeah.
You can always masturbate in front of
Yeah.
a mirror and do different things, and don't get
I need to
frustrated.
do
Just
that.
turn yourself on and just know that no matter whatever you're thinking that you think you're going to look like or this, that, first of all, to the person that's watching, doesn't think that at all.
Yeah, you're right.
They're like, this is the hottest fucking thing ever. And they're going to be like, or whatever it is that they're doing. You know what I mean? Or what, depending, I don't know what object they have in their hand. But that's true. And I learned that like really early on. Like I said, like from the very beginning of my career, I got my fans to really see me for who I am. Like when I first wake up, because when I first started, camming was a new thing.
Yeah.
So I started camming, and I would just start up like camming at 6 a.m. and I would just look like my natural self, be like, hey, we're making fucking coffee. Let's go do this. Because it was all new and bringing people in. So since I got used to that,
Love it.
I feel like that feels really
Probably empowering.
well, I also want to say nurturing
Yeah.
to the viewers.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're not putting on a show. You're just being yourself.
Yeah.
And they feel more connected to you in that sense. So
I'd love to hear what was your like favorite self-discovery in your career? Because like I'll give an example of just self-discovery in general. I remember I had 2 dominants that introduced me to my armpits, as I always like to say. And it become one of my most favorite like erogenous zones. I did a whole episode about the time that one of my partners made me come from just biting my armpits. So I'd love to hear if you had any specific like things that like just was a big like self, explorative moment.
I've had a lot throughout the time. I remember, first of all, when I first squirted, I squirted for the very first time in my first boy girl, which was called MILF Soup, and that was like super surprising. In fact, I was like, oh my god, what's going on? And he was like, oh, you just squirted, keep on going. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like I had no idea. Dick was huge and fucking shit was going all over the place. So that was like a self-discovery.
Yeah.
Most recently, because a lot of times I'm put into the dom roles. I've recently, I don't know when this is going to air, but I don't want to give too much away, but I've recently, because I think it's important if you're going to be in the dom roles, it's also to understand is to also put yourself in a submissive role.
Oh.
And I've just never really had the opportunity to really actually get domed by a professional dominatrix before. And so I reached out to one, and her work is like a work of art. I'll show you. Her name is Dominatrix Iris. And so I was able to collab with her most recently here in back in Mexico. And I just discovered that I like my pussy whipped.
Yes.
I didn't know I liked that at all. I was tied down, and that was such a really wild experience.
What did she use?
Yeah.
She used a single tail snake whip.
Okay.
If
I know what that looks like. Yep.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
I had no idea. But it was like the most like, it was so recently, that was my most recent self-discovery. I was like, wow, this fucking feels, and it was like, I love the heat that was giving me the,
It'll
I was
leave
like
it like
almost
bruised.
like a little lightheadedness and like all this stuff that was happening. I was like, this is what I do. This is what that's why I really love what I do, because I'm able to set up these environments where it's super safe. It's with professionals, and I can really explore my sexuality in a very open format.
Yep.
And so what you see a lot of, if anything I've tried to like DP, that was brand new for me. That was the first time on camera. So those are real expressions on my first DP.
Really?
Yeah, my first gangbang was on camera. And I think it's actually with a lot of people in the industry. We have a lot of firsts that are on camera that maybe they haven't done in their personal life.
If I want to throw a gangbang for my 30th, would you want to go?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
What? Are you kidding me? Yes.
Damn it.
You let me know.
I'm still trying to put it together.
Oh, girl.
I'll let you know.
Yes.
No, okay. One thing that I was also going to say, if you like getting your pussy whipped, have you tried getting your feet whipped?
That'd be the next. Yeah. I
Or
got to try
flogged.
more. I want to dabble more into that.
Yeah, or get your pussy flogged.
That's what she said. She goes, I think you're going to really like the vlogging and stuff like that. So I hope to collab with her again. And that's all I'll say from like our collab that we did and my little self-discovery, because it's going to, oh my God, it's going to be so fucking beautiful when it comes out.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. I want to watch.
I've also had one of my dominants use a riding crop on my pussy. And it like literally left me like bruised, and which I love marks. So I was all for it. But I just remember like for 2-3 days, I was like sore, like in the area around it. Not in the way that you're sore from sex, because like that's more of like your like hole being sore or like your insides. This was like the area like around it being sore. And I just remember I loved the feeling of it. Because it was kind of a reminder of that like moment, you know, for the days to come.
Yeah, I was kind of like almost like riding this physical high. Yeah. It was really wild for me. So it was like a really cool experience. So yeah. I told her, I was like, I want to collab with you already.
I love this Doms. We were big into BDSM. But I actually
I'm purely submissive, but I do like to top. So I like to whip people, just no power exchange.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm definitely switchy, so I'll do both like Dom and sub. It's been a little while. No, I haven't done it since I broke up with my Doms, but I actually just realized as you were talking about it, I was like, I don't watch a lot of BDSM porn. And the one that I did, it was it was a lesbian scene. It was these two blondes, and one was a dominatrix, and the other one was, you know, the submissive. And it was so hot, but that was years ago. I might have to reopen that category, but it's so fun.
I'll show you her Instagram and stuff like that. It's really beautiful cinematography. That's gonna, So it's a nice exchange, because a lot of times you see the femdom, you got the cage in the background, and you're in a dungeon, which is great. This is like a completely like a different level of. It's like a really classy dominatrix.
Well, I was gonna say BDSM can be soft and classy, or you know what I mean, like nurturing.
It can
vibes.
be really posh too. Some of those dungeons that you see, you're like, God damn, who put this together?
It doesn't always have to be black and red. It can be white and pink.
Yeah. There's so many different levels to that, which is really interesting. So it was really cool to be on the other side of that coin.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to like dom sub, what's your favorite? Like doming men or subbing for women or doming women? Like what has been like the one that like comes the most natural to you?
In my personal life, I'll be some more, not super submissive with a man, but that man has to bring a lot of masculine energy to the table for me to be put into my feminine in the first place. Yeah. If you don't bring it, then it's not gonna happen, probably not going to really thrill me either. Yeah. With women, it can go either way. I find it just kind of depends. But with women, I probably take more control. Yeah. Nice. I mean, that's sort of just been my experience, probably. Or the most of my experience has been with that. But
same for me. Yeah.
But in my work, I'll do whatever whatever you need me to do, I'll do. Nice. I'm there to produce a fantasy, so it's all good.
Now, I'm curious if you've done any of like all the different erogenous zones, like whether the armpits or the feet, have any of those been areas that you like? I know the foot community for us is huge. Like they love like Cammie does sunroom for like
I do feet pics.
Yeah, and it's just really fun.
Oh yeah,
it's been really fun doing
look at them now. Yeah, in my Birkins.
Girl, don't worry. Those are cute, by the way.
But it's been so fun to like I'll do some of the content with her, and like it's just so fun to see like how specific they are and like what how they like certain things or what they like about the feet. And
feet is huge.
Yeah, and it gives you like a different perspective. I'm curious like which has been like your favorite kind of like community to mesh with or like to explore.
Oh my God. Well, there's actually quite a few. Like definitely the feet, because I have so many foot fetish guys. Mm-hmm. And you're right. There's like, do you want wrinkle soles, dirty feet? They wanted a nylons, toes poking out of whatever crevices. Yeah. Like it's all like something, which is
and they know what
I
they
find
want.
like the intricacies super exciting.
Yeah.
And I like that part. Also, I love my sissy boys. I love my cucks. Yeah, they're so fun. Like I just feel like it's also like such a you don't understand. Like I actually have some sissy boys that will write me later. Thank you so much for because I provide them an open forum. Sorry, I keep banging the shit.
No, you're fine.
My hands are all over the place.
I talk a lot.
I've done the same thing.
I'm so handsy. I'm like trying to hold my knee, but I've given them a place where they can freely express who they are. If they want to, dance around in panties that they bought that day and show off for me, and I'm like, I don't judge. I don't care. That's what I'm there for. I cheer them on. I want them to feel comfortable and be themselves. So it's like awesome that they feel that comfortable to do that, and they come there to do it. And Yeah, so that's really fun for me, and the cucks are always fun. They're always excited. You know, actually, I really like all the fetishes, but those are probably my favorite.
It's really fun interacting with people that like get that into it.
Yeah.
Like, and they love that they're into it and they're not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
You know,
And they
when
love
they can
when you
fu-
set up a safe space for
Yeah.
them to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what it. That's what the great thing about like OnlyFans or ManyVids or any of these things, any of these sites now that are all out there that allow us to have that communication with our fans is giving that open forum for them to express themselves freely and
Yep.
be them sexual selves and as they get more comfortable and more confident with you, then they can start applying that to their outside life and where they want to feel comfortable with that as well.
I love that. It
Yeah.
reminds me of there was a guy that I dated. He loved wearing like women's underwear.
Yeah.
And he loved sending me pictures of it. And you would have never guessed this guy. He was like just the most like country looking butch, like, super masculine looking dude, but he loved wearing women's panties. And I remember it was like so fun to see like how excited he would get about sending me like a picture or something. And so then, we'd have like those interactions and like it made me feel special to like be in that space with him. And and that's what like when Cammie sends like, okay, this guy wants this and this and this from like the foot videos that, they request or whatever, like it's just really fun to see what gets them excited. And like, the foot scrunches or like whatever. And so, because I know for me, like when
it's always my veins. I have veiny
the
feet.
veins.
Oh.
But
That's
for
why I like
Wait, you have veiny feet.
I do.
Yeah.
I think I have the ugliest feet, but they're like always like, oh God, goddess, you have the prettiest feet. I'm like, are you looking at mine?
They look great from here.
I know they do. Yeah.
I'm stuffed in
And
these
good-
shoes.
the leg.
Got long ass toes and pick up shit with them.
Well,
I
see,
have long
I
ass
have
toes,
long
too.
toes
Yeah.
too.
I think they like
my
that. And you
foot.
ever scrunch them up, and I'll do all kinds of toe
Yep,
tricks with
yep,
them. Yeah,
yep.
we should do foot stuff together.
Oh my God, we
Oh
should.
my God, yes. Let's put all our feet together. Right now,
Add it
it's
to the
sweaty,
list.
maybe not. But
We'll add
like,
it to the list.
I'll never forget when I was shooting one of my first foot videos. Yes. He wanted it from the point of angle where like basically my phone was on the floor and my foot was on top of it. Like he was seeing it from underneath. And I'm over here like trying to take this video of like me taking off my sock. My animals are walking by, my dog's barking, and I'm like, shut up for a moment. I'm trying to take this video because he wanted sound. And it was like, and it was just so funny how specific he was with how he wanted the video to go.
100%.
So, and then when I shot it, I looked back at it and I was like, you know what? I'm really fucking proud of this foot video.
it's the best one out there.
So,
I'm gonna put it up for a nomination.
yeah.
Yes.
No, I was like, he enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it despite my animals being.
You showed it to me. It was so cute too. I liked it. I thought it was good.
exactly. Yeah.
Wait, you mentioned names. What's your favorite honorific to be called?
My what?
Favorite? Well, they call it honorific, like goddess, ma'am, master, whatever.
I like goddess. I like goddess or mistress.
Mistress. Okay.
Yeah, I think those
I
are
like
my
mistress. Yeah.
those are my two. Depending on like where they are in their fetish.
Yeah.
Some like the mistress is a little bit more harsh, and I feel like the goddess is a little bit more forgiving.
Mm-hmm. One of my submissives used to call me lady.
Lady.
That was my favorite. Yeah.
Wait,
I like
doesn't
it.
he call
I know.
you master now?
No, it was master. First it was goddess, and I was like, I don't like it. And then it was mistress, and I was like, for what we're doing, I just don't know if I like mistress. It was a fin-dom
Oh, okay.
situation.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he
yeah.
just wanted to buy me nice things, and I would step on his face in heels.
Oh,
that
that's
was
great.
it. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And so I was like, I don't mind mistress, but I was like, for some reason in this space, I'm not connecting with it. And then he was like, well, I want to try master. And I was like, okay, we'll try master. So we tried master. And I was like, I don't know if I like it. Would you be open to trying something else? And he was like, well, what are you thinking? And I was like, let's just try on lady for size. And it worked, and he loved it. Yeah, we've long ended our dynamic, but like that was a really fun one to explore.
Yeah.
And so if I had
That
another
would be
male
fun.
submissive, I'd probably go with lady again because I really liked it.
Yeah,
So,
I like that.
Yeah, it feels like different skins.
Yeah.
You know, because I had other submissives that called me different things like mistress or, et cetera. So it's like it's kind of nice. You get to like try on different. Those different titles can change how you present yourself or how the energy comes up in the space.
And that dynamic with whomever you're having that with.
And they're all so different too. So
Yeah.
it's nice to sometimes like change it up. I don't know.
I like all the characters I get to play.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Oh,
I was going to
I
ask.
love that.
Because I've seen a lot of you do MILF quite a bit too. Is that like, would you say that's your favorite?
You know what? That was my money cow.
I know. 'Cause
You know,
that was the one that
and
would
I got
always
in the
come up.
right time of it
And
was a big
Brady
thing
is
for me,
Yeah.
and like getting stuck in the dryers and getting stuck in garbage disposals and under tables and all those like all the things like that really kind of that was my cow for a long time. I don't know if it's my favorite or whatever. I'm happy to do like any of it. I really like the acting part, even when I don't have to like where it's Alexis playing another. Jesus Christ.
You're good.
I don't sit on my hand like I'm in a strip club.
No. Like you're at a strip club.
You know what I mean?
I'm not doing
Yes, keep
anything.
bang your pelvic bone in my face. I love it.
Love it.
But yeah. So I liked it because it's a big fetish for a lot of my fans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm happy to play it. I don't know what my favorite is. I kind of like I like the varieties so much. It's hard for me just to pick one thing.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
I know. I like MILF category as well, but I don't know and I get the appeal because like it's probably like similar how like women like the daddy category because maybe for men it's like a little bit of a kind of that like
Yeah,
some
I think
of the
it's
mommy
very
issues.
similar.
Yeah. But I don't know. Every time I watched it's fun I think, but every time I watched it I was like it felt wrong in some ways. I'm like, I can't do it. That's why I stuck with lesbian, and lesbian has always been like my number one category.
And lesbian is actually really good with a lot of men too because they don't want to see a dick.
Yeah.
So like the strap-on stuff will work really well because then they get the whole thrusting and they can see themselves in that position. I mean, I like in my personal life, the MILF thing wouldn't really, I wouldn't really get into it, with a partner that wouldn't really turn me on. That seems more like work for me. Yeah. If they were like, hey, can you be my stepmom? I'd be like, no, am I getting paid? Can I get paid to do that?
Yeah.
It's like when someone gets my number and they're trying to sex with me. I'm like, dude, if you want to fuck me in real life, we'll fuck. But like, I'm not sexing you unless you're paying me.
Yeah.
And if you send me, if you're that crazy to send me your dick, just know I made it your profile on my phone. So you know who you are.
I love that.
Oh, this was someone.
There's a couple of people.
I
like
bet there
that.
would be a
I'll
lot.
just
I
make
bet
that
there
your
would be
picture
a lot.
now. So every time you text, I'm like, oh, there's a penis.
Or
We
they
had
call.
someone email us a dick pic once.
Yeah.
It was a woman saying how much she hated that a guy sent her a dick pic.
And then,
she
sent the dick pic to us. And I was, we were
Thanks
not
for
thrilled.
doing it to us now, ma'am.
I was like, I'm equally disgusted. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know.
I might take
Boy,
that
that's
part
like
out.
misery loves company on that one.
I don't want to give
Thanks,
people
lady.
ideas.
Jesus.
Oh, that's a good way
I
to
was
put it.
so upset I had to show you the dick. Oh my God.
It made me wonder. I'm like, is this
We
really
should look at
you?
that. What does that dick look like?
Actually, it's in our emails.
It was okay.
It was okay.
What's your favorite size?
Ooh, favorite size.
If
Not
you
too
have a
big and not
preference.
too small. That's definitely for sure. But probably, and this is, I'm a little skewed because I've gotten really used to porn dick.
Which is usually either what
Like
over
I would
8
say
inches?
probably like 9 inches.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm terrible at the whole size with that goes, but like I like a good dick I can ride. Like
Yes.
I want to like be able to go up and down and feel it like not slip out of me.
Yep.
That's fair.
But also not totally destroy me on the first round because I am a very horny person and I
you
don't
like
want
to
you to
go.
destroy my pussy on the first round and then I'll be like too swollen, too sore, and you're going to be probably too big at that point to put it in my ass or maybe too scared. So somewhere around, 8, 9 would be great.
Does
Because I
your-
think that's very fuckable.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can put that in your ass. You can put that in your vag. You can put it in your
You're
mouth. You
not
can
in the
hand
ass
it.
is a lot, but
It's-
it
it's
can be done. I've done it.
I think
And
Cody's
it's big
8.
enough to share with a friend. Put a couple hands on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've shared a dick before. It's great because I feel like half the pressure is off me.
Sharing dick is great. Like I personally love couples.
Yeah.
Oh.
Couples are so fun.
Oh my God,
Couples
I
are
can
a lot
totally
of
get
fun.
into that.
Yeah.
Especially when the woman is like really into it and super enjoying herself. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, this is the right party to be in.
Yeah,
But yeah,
team
like
effort.
a really bisexual woman, and I
Yeah.
say really because sometimes when they're exploring, they're like not as
Not
down
so
to,
sure.
yeah, or they'll just stay above the waist. But like when it's like someone that's like super bisexual and they're like well versed in it, and they've got a husband with a really nice dick, and they're a joint package, that was
Oh,
that
is
was
like
an
that's
era
a
for
dream.
me.
That's a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like walking into those situations.
I know, and I think that's one of the things I love most about sex parties is like finding couples in those scenarios because like I don't know, it's just fun to
Yeah.
Do you like going to those?
I do. I love orgies. I love sex parties. I can sit back and watch.
Yep.
And then I'll dabble in when I feel like dabbling in. I just
The world is your oyster.
I remember, oh my gosh, my very first, I don't know if it was my very first sex party, but my favorite sex party I ever went to was years ago. It was on a yacht in Miami, and everybody on that, except for myself and like the other person that I went with, I think we were the youngest, and everybody was like in their 50s and 60s. And the way these women were squirting and coming over and over, multiple orgasms, I was like, this is going to be me. This is I want this. I want to be that. Like, that just showed me so much confidence and just confidence in yourself and relaxed oh God, it was great.
It reminds me of actually one of the.
Nikki's dying to do a boat themed.
Actually, yeah. The second you said that,
sex
I'm
party.
like,
That could be set up.
I've long wanted. I don't understand.
When do you want to go to Miami?
I was going to say,
anytime.
if you get
If you're going to
invite to a
Miami, invite
sex
me with
boat
you.
party,
I'm like, we can
call us.
create it.
Because
We can make our own
Perfect.
party.
I think it would be so fun.
That way we have control over the invite list.
And
Yes.
and
I'm
the
sorry,
thing would
could
be
you
boats
send your
and
package
hoes.
for us?
I have some great friends in Miami.
Do you come with a wife?
Couples welcome. No, but
Couples suggested.
boats and hoes is
Yes.
what the theme would be, and
Okay.
I just all the guys in nautical outfits and the girls in like
Cute little
skimpy
other.
lingerie or
Yes.
like. But every single time I say that, people are like, "Ew!" On a boat, the motion from the water is going to be too much. Everyone's going to be puking. I'm like,
I think
no.
a yacht is great.
How fast do you think that boat's moving? It's gonna go and it's gonna dock or
just
throw
throw
out
the
its little
anchor down.
anchor.
Exactly.
You're gonna be pretty still. It's gonna be shallow water, probably. It's gonna be like a sandbar.
Exactly.
Well, that's a fantasy for me, is the two guys Eiffel Towering me with sailor hats on.
Oh well, I think we need to make all this happen.
Right? I would personally love
I come
that.
in with like hats, put it on the dudes. You're looking good.
Yeah.
Just thumbs up.
I scoot in. It's like parallel parking.
I love it. I love it.
I've loved this entire conversation because I haven't had sex in 8 weeks, and I am
God,
feeling,
Nicole, that was...
I know, but I'm feeling so inspired to go out there and explore again. Like,
I love it.
When you said that those women inspired you, like, I remember one of the first sex parties I went to, I saw this woman was 50. I made out with her. Great kisser. And then I watched later, like, her husband was fingering her and she squirted everywhere, and it was so beautiful, and they were so into it, and they were so, like, all over each other. I was like, I want that to be me.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like hearing all this and I'm like, this can still be me. Like, just
Well,
because I'm a little
absolutely.
I know. It's just it's given me the life that I've been looking for in
Good.
re-entering my sex life. So
I love this. We're getting the bows and hoes.
Oh,
is that the next guest?
Dope.
gotcha.
Well, we can wrap it up.
Thank you guys for having me on.
This has been literally, I can't even thank you enough for this.
Yeah.
Just
I'm so
such an
excited.
we're
inspiration.
just we're friends now. So.
I love it.
Okay,
I
good.
can't wait till you come over.
Let's plan Miami. We'll come to Vegas.
We're doing boats and hoes.
Yes.
We're doing some
Hoes.
anal training.
anal training, squirting
Anal
training,
washing.
Movie night.
movie night, and hiking.
I love it. When you
It
guys
sounds like a
coming
dream.
over?
And the bunny. Well, we'll just pet the bunny.
Yeah, it's gonna be separate activities.
Yes, it's separate activities. But seriously, thank you so much. You've been an
thank
absolute
you so
delight.
much. Thank
And
you for
just
having
I
me.
love the way that like it's very apparent the way that you just have like a love and a passion for this, and you treat it like an art.
Oh, thank you.
So I really love to see it, and it's given me just like a whole different perspective on because like I said, I've been watching you for years, but it's just given me a whole different perspective on your work.
Oh, thank
So,
you.
I mean, life is about pleasure, and I feel like you embody that
yeah.
so much.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Absolutely.
yeah.
I'm having a
Well,
I'm having a good
plug
time.
yourself. Well, they know where to find you.
Hey. Alexis Fawx on Twitter, it's FAWX. Instagram is Alexis Fawx Live. If you want naughty, foxfans.com. That takes you right to my OnlyFans, and we can get crazy on there.
Love that.
Yeah,
I'm
bye.
honored you were on our show. Thank you
I'm
so
so
much.
honored that you had me. Thank you.
Thank
You are amazing. I love this episode. So, yeah.
Oh, thank you so
Truly.
much.
And well, y'all know where to find us, fans. DoubleTeamPodcast.com has everything.
Yay.
And then, soon, shared foot content.
Yes.
We'll get that going. And as always, wear condoms, and we'll see y'all next week.
Peace out.
So.
Bye.